Two humorous nurses would like to acknowledge the true custodians of the land in which we record our podcast, the Yorta Yorta people.
We pay our respects to elders past and present and extend our respects to all Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islanders listening today. Always was, always will be Aboriginal land.
Two humorous nurses with Kelly and Alisha.
Debrief time. You need to jingle. I know we've been saying it, we're like 50 episodes deep or something.
We are, yeah.
You need to debrief jingle something up.
It's a debrief with Kelly and Alisha. Happy?
Working. It's a work in progress.
That's the
WIP. WIP. What's going on, old lady?
I'm broken.
Lady. I know.
I'm going to read you my MRI result. I actually haven't. No, that's
not your MRIs.
Anyway,
basically
torn my cartilage to the bone. Cartilage, not the meniscus like I thought I'd done.
I'd like to say, what did you do? But I know you didn't do anything.
Nothing. But I was like researching it, and it was saying that often those kind of cartilage injuries, because there's no nerves to the cartilage, you don't actually get pain when you do the injury. It's later when it starts causing other problems, so I have runner's knee as well, which I think is so funny because I haven't run for like 10 years. I mean, I have, but not like
what's runner's
intentionally.
knee?
It's like when the underside of the patella gets like fucked.
Rubbed up.
Yeah. And there's like parts of one of the ligaments is totally worn. Not destroyed, just worn. And I've torn the muscle. I didn't even know this was a muscle. I don't even know what it's called. It's at the back of your knee. I've torn.
Oh, yeah, I've heard of that.
Yeah. And I'm like, okay.
So you just need and
I have synovitis. And I have an effusion. So I'm like, no wonder my knee fucking hurts. Like,
no wonder.
Yeah, anyway, so...
Oh, well, congrats to your knee.
Yeah, so then I signed up for private health insurance because I need to get it before I'm 31 anyway, like hospital cover. And I had this weird moment of like being really proud. Like
proud that you're giving all your money to a private health insurance.
Yeah, I know, stupid. But more proud like because Ollie's free on our cover. And I was like, oh, I'm so proud that I can give my daughter private health insurance.
I just got a notification that my private health insurance is once again going up.
Oh, yeah, I know. Every year, hey.
And then I'm like, and living in the country, I've needed it to use it 3 times since being here for fun things like colonoscopies. So 2 colonoscopies, a gastroscopy and a hysteroscopy. And do you know how many times I've used it for those things?
No.
Once, because I could get into the public hospital quicker.
Oh.
Quicker.
The public quicker. I'm surprised by that. Is that pre-COVID?
No, mid-COVID.
Oh.
I know.
Must have been bad. They must have thought you had the big C.
I went to the... No, not at all. Oh. She just was like... I was like, I'm literally bleeding everywhere. Can you please hurry up and do this? And then with the colonoscopy, he was like... Well, the gastroscopy. He was like, oh, I can get you in the private on this date. And then the co-payment was like $250. I'm like, surely I paid enough. And then the anaesthetist had an excess payment. I'm like,
oh, really?
What? You put 1 cannula in my hand, gave me a sniff of propofol or something, and
be cheaper off the street.
I could have just done it myself.
Got some special K off the...
When I went on the table and he took you in there, I said, please tell me you're doing the gastroscopy first in case you mess it up. Like, I don't want you putting this bum scope into my mouth. He's like, I don't know what kind of show you think I'm running here. And that's the last thing I remember is like, put me to sleep.
Oh, that's so funny.
Too funny. You have to wait like a year, don't you?
Probably. But I don't know this. I'm curious about... Like, it'll just be an arthroscopy, I imagine. But I'm curious about... I really want to have another baby. But I'm not going to do that because then you gain, like... Yeah, I know you don't have to gain all that weight, but I gained, 15 kilos when I was pregnant with Ollie. And I don't know if my knee would handle 15 kilos. You know what I mean? I just don't... And I think, how would I manage looking after Ollie and being pregnant and with a fucked knee? Would they make it quicker because... Not that I'm on a timeline, but...
Just go see one of the doctors that comes to our hospital.
Yeah, well, I was considering that. I don't know if I'll get in quick, but...
Well, you will. The wait list isn't that big for the hospital, I don't reckon.
Oh, that's good to know. I actually worked in theatre.
I'm saying that, but I have no idea.
Oh, I thought it sounded like you really
knew
what was going on.
Hey, this is what you do when you're an acting num. You say things convincingly. And
that you actually have no idea.
No idea about. Okay, write that down, go back and find that information out later.
Oh my God.
Yeah, how was your education day?
It was brilliant, yeah. So I've been covering some clinical support, and I went into theatre, and they're like, oh yeah, we've got 2 grads today, but we have no staff to support them. And I was like, I'll just get changed and I'll just stay here and support them. And so I ended up working in recovery with one of the grads, which was awesome. And I was like, oh, I forgot how much I really love working in theatre. And no, it was great, and we had a great day. And we were talking about, like, the way that people wake up sometimes.
Oh, yeah.
Like, one woman woke up, she's like, I wake up terribly. And I'm like, you're not bad. Like, you're telling me you're waking up terribly, but you're really not.
Yeah.
And I remember, like, when I wake up from anaesthetic, I just cry.
Oh, I just talk.
What? Just talk?
Yeah, so I woke up after the hysteroscopy, and the nurse said to me, oh yeah, I don't really know where I'm going to go after my grad year. And apparently I'd been having a whole conversation about her grad year with her. And then I looked at her and I was like, hello. And she's like, oh, you're awake now. And I was like, was I talking? She's like, So I just talk all the time, it appears.
That's great. It was funny. I was saying to the grad, I was like, oh, you tell people where they are when they're waking up. Like, that's something I do. I just remind them what's happening, and that the surgery's all finished and that you're just waking up and you're in recovery. And I sort of just repeat that, like, every minute or two for the first, like, while they're waking up. And, and then I must have, like, kept saying it, and then one of the patients was like, I know, yeah, I'm in recovery. I'm like, oh, okay.
I'm alert.
Yeah, I'm like, oh, look, I'm still shaking the rust off.
Oh, that's so funny. No, that's good. I'm glad you got some time in there.
No, it was really good. It was good for me and really good for the grad, I hope. And, like, she thanked me heaps before I left. And
because I feel like those poor grads in theatre, like, we've had so many shutdowns again. They've just been sent to the aged care and...
Yeah, well, she went there for 1 day and then was sent to the nursing home for, like, 4 weeks. And now she's only got 4 weeks left.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's a bit rough.
It is rough.
I mean, it's unfortunate. It is what it is. There's nothing that can be done about it. It's just hard. The grads do kind of get shuffled around.
Because they're, like, extra staff. Because they're not really counted in the numbers.
Not in theatre, they're not.
No, same in oncology.
Yeah.
So they tend to be considered extra. Although I just don't offer my grad up.
Yeah, good.
No, I kind of need her.
Yeah, yeah, exactly right.
I don't have enough stuff, so...
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's, like, education is something you love anyway.
It is. I really do love it. And I think there'll be a job coming up in there soon. I think. So I'm considering it. Well, I don't know, but I feel like...
Unless you don't want to...
The money's too good on the weekends. Like, and education's during the week, and then it means more days for Ollie at daycare, which... I mean, yeah, daycare's great, but she, like, has the full-on daycare come down. Like, she is an absolute wreck the next day. Like, the afternoon she's okay because she's just really tired. And the next day she's a mess. Like,
So whenever I picked Amelia up from daycare, and even still to this day, I feel like I have to have food to feed her. So, and I remember one day the educator said to me, because she literally was having, like, a full-blown fit for me putting her in the car seat. And, like, she would have been, I don't know, 14 months old or something. And she's like, don't worry, this always happens. She's like, she can be a little asshole for you because you're her safe place. They're never like that for us because, we're not, like, their safe haven, I guess. So she said every kid is, like, painful to their parent when they pick them up. Yeah. And she's like, just have snacks on standby and like, and so I always picked her up, and now I pick her up from after school care. She's in year 4, for God's sake. She's like, did you bring me a snack? No, can we stop it? Like, she always knows the name of the servo. She doesn't just say servo. She's like, can we stop it?
Metro
for an ice cream. Can we stop at BP? And I'm like, No. What about the bakery? What if there's a parking spot out the front of the bakery? Because
that's
like my go-to.
Yeah,
if there's a parking spot, we'll go.
Yeah, yeah.
And there's like never
so
a
now
parking
she knows
spot.
that that's part of the deal.
Yeah.
That's great.
I was like, no way, mate. But yeah, I think it's hard that come down because they're so stimulated.
That's it. And I think just like they're trying so hard to like regulate themselves again. And I was listening to a podcast, actually. I've started listening. It's funny because ever since we did the interview with the ANMF and she asked us like what podcasts we listen to, and you like rattled on about all the podcasts you listen to that are like really heavy and really like in depth and really stimulating. I'm like listening to parenting podcasts, and I'm listening to one at the moment about intuitive eating because I feel like I've had this like overwhelming feeling that I really just need to listen more to my body. And anyway, that's a whole other story. But I've been listening to this podcast called Parental as Anything, and it's with Maggie Dent. She's like a parenting pro. My
stepmom loves Maggie.
Yeah, well, she's amazing.
Yeah.
And she was saying like little kids, they copy you. So if the next day, if you're like having one-on-one time with them, she's like, just sort of sit there and make big breaths and let out big sighs. She's like, and your kids will start doing it too. I'm like, so many things like, you know, if you go, oh, this is nice. And then your kids learn how to kind of take big breaths and relax and calm down. And
they say really with that breathing, you should always let noise out when you like, even when
like opens your chakra or something.
Your throat chakra. Yeah, because even like when you do meditation and stuff, Shez will be like, if you feel the need to make noise, like when we're breathing, she's like, just do it. Just like, she's like, I can't remember what she calls it. It's like the ha, and you're like, And I was like, and sometimes I do that when I'm by myself. Yeah, like to release all that energy.
We do it in yoga sometimes. You make, like, you go, and like let the air
it's
out.
weird. You feel weird, but I often do it in the car when I'm by myself, and I feel like it's a way just to relax. I'm gonna do it all the way to Melbourne next weekend. Get some alone time. So I'm gonna be like, by the time I get there, I'll be like so zen. I'll be like,
I've realised how much Ollie pays attention now that she started like mimicking me. Every time I open the fridge, if she's sitting there, she goes, I'm so like, cute. I must do that a lot because she goes every time I open the fridge. Is so funny. And because I started saying crikey because Mick told me I say oh my god too much. The other day she's like crikey. Well, she doesn't say it like that. She says crikey.
That's so funny.
It's just so funny. Like she just tries so hard to imitate. And you should see her face when I say snack. Oh my god, hilarious. Anyway, enough about my fucking kid.
She loves a snack. We all love a snack.
It's so funny.
Snacker, actually.
Her whole body like feels the need for the snack. She doesn't stand at the pantry screaming as much anymore. I must be feeding her enough.
So funny. She knew exactly what she wanted.
She knows, yeah.
She's like, let me in there.
Sultanas or Wheat Bix, one or the other.
That's too much.
SafeStyle makes stylish and practical safety glasses that take you from the worksite to the weekend. Upgrade your PPE today with their stylish and functional range of safety glasses.
Whether you're on shift, on call, first to the scene or in study mode, SafeStyle have you covered. Available in clear UV 400, blue light blocking, transition, polarized and prescription lenses.
We love these safety glasses for their durability and comfort and are excited to share our discount code with you all.
Use our code HUMOROUS10 at checkout for 10% off your order.
That's HUMOROUS, HUMERUS 10 at checkout for 10% off.
No, it's good fun. She's got book week. Have you organised anything for book week for Amelia?
I fucking hate book week.
Yeah, I know. That's why I'm asking.
Yeah, so Amelia said, Mum, I have Hermione hair. I want to go as Hermione.
Oh, fuck.
You just brush my hair.
You got to buy
a costume.
You got to buy like a.
Well, I went to Big W because I was like, maybe Jojo will just make you a cloak.
Yeah.
How fucking hard can it be? Anyway, I went to Big W and there was a
Hermione
Hermione outfit.
Fabric controlled on her head.
Yeah,
done.
Yeah, that's exactly right. Anyway, there was a Hermione jumper and a Hermione cape. So I bought the Hermione wand.
Oh
so now on Friday we've got her hair in double braids. So all week we'll keep her hair in double braids.
Holy
and then
crap.
on Friday we will just brush that
commitment.
fucker out. And it will just be a frizz mob out, and she'll go dressed in the Big W $20 costume, and she will fucking love it.
Love it.
And the best thing is I get to go to the I mean,
The best thing.
the best thing for like her, not for me. But then I think it's okay, Kelly. Stay for the mass, and then watch the parade, and then drive to Melbourne for 48 hours alone.
Yeah, that's pretty exciting.
Yeah.
Your least favourite day of the year, book week.
Yeah, followed by some alone time.
That'll be nice.
And some Asian Uber Eats.
That sounds really
I was going to
good.
go out and I thought, that's dumb. You're paying for a hotel room. Uber Eats.
Yeah, stand straight or get
Yeah.
room service. Room service is never
I actually
that good,
don't
actually.
think the Quest I'm staying at's going to have room service. I might have to like menu log it.
Maybe.
Menu log.
We're not sponsored by Menu Log.
Happy to be if you'd like. Although useless out here since can't even menu log out here.
No. So what have you got planned for the weekend?
Well, this will be out after the weekend. And I will have attended the nursing debrief with Sibs and Georgie. And probably got embarrassingly day drunk. But hopefully not.
Maybe when Ollie goes to bed, I'll come out.
Come out to my hotel room and
Yeah.
get some menu log.
Where are you staying?
Literally 400 metres down from where...
Oh, in Richmond.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Or it's
I'm
in
not coming out to
Abbotsford.
Richmond.
Abbotsford is the side of the highway I must be on. Because 450 metres up the road at the hotel on the opposite side
Great.
is
Perfect.
Richmond. Who knew?
Love it.
What
What else have we got coming up?
We're going to have a break.
Yes.
We're taking a little month off because I'm going on annual leave to Perth.
And we just don't need to be thinking about the podcast while you're away.
No, we've like smashed out this year. We've hit 50 episodes.
We hopefully will have hit 90,000 downloads by the time this comes out. I'm hopeful.
No, I
maybe.
feel like we're like a sniff away from 100k.
I
When we
know.
hit 100k, we're going to do like a photo
We're going to have
shoot
a party.
with us
Yeah.
and some menu log.
We're going to have a party. I think that's going to be fucking awesome. Oh, we've got Nurse Blake coming
We've
up.
got Nurse Blake. Oh, in December.
In December. Still, I'm looking forward to the rest of the year. We've got a giveaway going at the moment, which is still going until the end of the month with eNurse. You can win a $100 gift card. So get on our Instagram and you can have a look at. All you have to do is like and tag a couple of mates. And so we're drawing that at the end of August. So get in.
Yeah, you'll have some... hang on. No, it'll be closed. It'll close at the end of today.
Oh.
End of today's recording. At the end of you listening to this, you go and enter
If you're listening to it
on Wednesday the 31st.
There you go. So,
There you go.
yeah. So get on that.
Get on that.
We'll draw it in the evening sometime. Probably like 8 o'clock. Then we're going to have another really, really exciting giveaway like in
This is October?
October.
Yeah.
Yep.
When we get back from leave.
Yep. That's basically it. I think.
Yeah, that'll be our second birthday in October. I'll have my
we might-
Christmas trees up.
And we'll do an Instagram live or something.
Yeah,
for
we
our
will
birthday.
definitely do an Instagram live
Yeah,
with some
that'll be
drinks.
Fun.
And we might get some like special, like some of our favourite peeps to like come on the
Appear.
live with us.
That'd
We'll
be
do the
fun.
live together.
We're just making this up.
Yeah, we're literally making this up.
Right
and so
now.
someone remind us when it gets to October, and we were like, what are we going to do? But we'll get like people that we, have really connected with the podcast to come and jump on the live with us and tell us like their favourite parts, why
Of
they
us.
love us. Yeah. Let's get people to come on and tell us why they
people
love
to
us.
feed our ego for the whole night.
Yeah. And I went to Perth the other weekend, and I sat on the same row that I always sit in the plane, and I got 2 empty seats next to me on the way over there,
Lucky cow.
and 2 empty seats on the way back, and they were like full-ish flights.
Really?
Yep.
Where did you sit? In the back?
Yeah, I always sit in the back, same row
that's
every
probably
time.
why. Well, I sat in the front because I wanted the like extra leg room seats because Ollie and I went to the Gold Coast, and I can't remember if we've talked about that on the
No.
debrief yet. On the way over, super helpful neighbours. Like they wanted to hold her and let her look out the window, and it was so nice. And then on the way back, the people next to me weren't that keen on her, which was all right, but it was fine. It
Yeah.
wasn't bad. It was fine, really.
Yeah.
And Ollie was brilliant. Like she just
Yeah.
played in the aisle.
Question though, did you get on first or last?
Well, on the way there, we got on first because Ollie was miserable, and because our flight was delayed by 40 minutes, so I had absolutely wrecked her, and then we had to wait 40 minutes. So this poor kid had it, and I'd packed up the pram. There's a few things I've learned, like that don't pack up the pram until you're literally basically about to get on.
Yeah.
Like when they open the gate, then pack up the pram.
Yeah.
And then on the way back with the Gold Coast, I wished, like, because you have to walk out onto the tarmac at Gold Coast and then go up a big ramp. Yeah. So I carried this kid, and you're waiting in line at this ramp while everybody, like, they guide them to their seats or look at their boarding passes and whatever. And I'm like, this is a lot. And she was like, she'd had it at that point too, and it was hot.
Yeah.
But yeah. What was your question? Oh, did I get on first or last?
Yeah.
Yeah. First on the way there.
Yeah.
And sort of halfway to last on the way back. But on the way back, being halfway to last, my overhead, my pram had to go like six things down. But luckily, everyone was so helpful. Like, I was blown away. Like, one guy was like, I'll just take it and put it up and I'll bring it back on the way down.
Oh, yeah.
I was like, thanks. And they did, and people even like passed it down to me. It was so good. Like, and everyone wanted to help with Ollie. Like,
people are helpful.
Yeah, I was surprised. I really thought people were going to be
When
assholes.
I got on the plane coming home, it was like a 7:30. What time? Anyway, I don't know. It was like late afternoon.
Right.
Coming home. Maybe it wasn't. Yeah, whatever. Doesn't matter. Who cares, Kelly? And when I got on, a bloke, because I'm like, just get on the plane. I'm like, at the back of the plane, I should get on first. That's my theory. So I always like, get straight on.
Yeah.
And then this bloke comes on, and like the cabbies behind me, stewards, whatever you call them, hosties, she's like, how's he getting on? He's got like 4 bags and a guitar, right?
Right.
So he gets on, and she's like, how did you get through? And he's like, well, I just told her that I'm bringing it. And she's like, okay, where do you think you're going to put that? And he's like, up there. And she's like, but what about everybody else's stuff? Like, you really shouldn't have been allowed on with all this stuff.
Yeah.
And I was like thinking, because the way his body was posturing was like he was getting ready to arc up. And he goes, well, I have 3 seats, but the other 2 people couldn't come, so I've just taken their baggage. And she goes, oh, okay, that's fine. So if you need to, you can put the guitar on the seat.
Right.
And he's like, yeah, it's... You know, they said it was fine at check-in, and she goes, "Well, you didn't tell me that you had the whole row." It was so funny, but he wasn't aggressive or anything. He was just like, "But I have 3 seats, and it's just me."
He didn't know.
He was like,
I was surprised how defensive I was as soon as I got on the plane. Like, I expected people not to help me. I expected people to hate that Ollie was going to be on the plane. Like, I think I went in with the expectation that people were going to hate that I was there with a kid on my own with no help.
Yeah.
And I went into it going, I'm on my own. I've just got to sort my shit out. Get this, like, just the quicker it's over, the better. Like, I think, and because the fucking security at Melbourne Airport is so effing stressful, and because Mick can kind of stress a bit more than me, so then I'm like picking up on his stress vibes. They like hurry you, and you have to pack up the pram and put it in the on the conveyor.
Fly with?
Well, I flew with Virgin, but I'm talking about security before you even get to the gate.
Which terminal is it?
I don't know, 3 or 4. I don't know.
Because I had absolutely no.
I just mean
nothing at Qantas.
I think because of the timing, like, it was very busy, so they try to get you through really quickly.
Yeah.
But all it did was stress me out, and then we had to like come down from the stress when we got through security.
I'm always so nice to the people in front of me because I'm like, it's fine, take your time.
Yeah,
I'm in no rush.
Yeah, well, that's right.
Like,
but then at Gold Coast,
early, so
Gold Coast seemed heaps busier, but security were way more helpful. The people,
it's Queensland for you.
Well, that's
I mean, they're all relaxed.
Well, yeah, and then the people like next to me were helping me. Like, do you want me to do that? Do you want me to hold her hand while you do that? I feel a lot of it is
like COVID PTSD.
Yeah, maybe.
I honestly feel like Victorians travelling just expect absolute disaster. Like, I think we see so much stuff like on Jackie Felgate's Instagram about how bad the terminals are.
Yeah.
And, you know, like, we've suffered so much even crossing the border to go over to bloody Albury or
even just to Moama.
Like how we've like, you know, you can't come, like our work colleagues, half of them couldn't cross over the bridge. You know, I feel like we just have this PTSD, like, you know, you get on a plane and if you haven't spent that time in our fucking 8 lockdowns in Victoria or whatever, and that feeling of being isolated from the entire country, it just doesn't, like in Perth, it was, you know, when we arrived in Perth last year, it was like you were arriving into a prison or something. Like they wanted to check your ID. They checked your temperature. You, like when I flew out of Melbourne, there was none of that. And I flew into this, they let 9 rows off at a time business. Wow. So when I arrived in Perth, like I was thinking, what am I going to be greeted with? I was greeted with nothing. It wasn't even a security guard. Like,
well, that's like, the Gold Coast is so chill. Like Gold Coast Airport is so tiny.
I just feel like travelling's not going to be the same for us for a long time.
Yeah, I was surprised, like, I was really taken aback with how nice people were to me.
Yeah.
And how, like, honestly, all of the cabin crew were amazing. Like, they all came and introduced themselves and, like, helped me with anything I needed. Like, Ollie dropped an entire packets of Ritz mini crackers all the way down the aisle. And that shit, like, smooshes. Like, and as soon as it happened, it was, like, during takeoff. Oh. And as soon as it happened, I just, like, leaned over and made eyes because I could see where they were sitting, like, the cabin crew. And I just look over and, I'm just, like, dead staring her in the eye. Like, I'm so sorry, but we've got a mask on, so I can't say anything. And she's got this, like, sympathetic look in her eye. I'm like, just hanging my head in shame.
Yeah. Another mum.
And she came down with a spew bag and a glove and picked them all up. Oh. And I'm like, they're Ritz's. It's not like she's just shat in the aisle. Like,
but they wear gloves for they have to wear gloves when they do all the rubbish. I reckon it's a policy.
Anyway.
But flying's fun. I can't wait to fly back to Perth.
Yeah, I was really proud of how Ollie
in a couple of weeks. I'm so excited to go on holiday. Yeah. Oh my God. A holiday is like... And I like booked a night.
You deserve it.
I booked a night at another Quest in Perth. Quest should sponsor us too. For my 2 best friends and I. And I was like, which Saturday night suits you? We're going out and getting pissed.
Love it.
But not going out. We're just going to the Quest to drink. Like get some menu log and drink alcohol and some snacks.
You should go out. Go to a pub or something.
Fuck that. I don't want to go out. I want to sit in my pajamas and talk shit. I haven't seen them in like 3 years. I just want to get drunk and talk shit with them. And Jane's like, you could just do that in my lounge room. And I was like, we could, but we're not going to.
No, yeah.
We're all going to have a break. It's a bit more
special when you go away somewhere.
Yeah, I was like, I can't wait. And he's like, he rang me after I checked in on, like I booked it on booking.com. Also not sponsored, but happy to be. And and then they ring and he's like, oh, I'm just ringing because you'll be checking in from Kununurra at 8 o'clock. I said, oh no, wrong booking. Absolutely. I'll be checking in at the earliest convenient. What time can I check in? And he's like, well, any time from 12. And I said, see you at 12:05. Yeah. So, yeah, I was like, I'm so excited. And that's all the plans I have. We'll catch up with family and hang out with my brothers who got me very drunk. I did some day drinking with my friends. We all caught up for lunch.
I wondered why you'd said that your brother was hungover but that you were drunk. I'm so confused about what's
my brother Lachlan graduated from the police academy, which I got to watch live from the plane because he fucked up the days. Thanks, Lachlan. So I can't believe you're going to be a police officer. And then, so I watched it live on the plane. And then he went out Friday night with his mates and got rip-roaringly drunk. Yep. And then he come for dinner on Saturday. So I went out with my friends for Saturday lunchtime and drank Mai Tais all of lunch. And then got home and Lachlan had arrived and he's like, I'm going for a nap because I'm tired. I was like, okay, like I can keep drinking as well. Yeah. So stepmom and I just had a chat and then my other brother woke up because these boys just nap all the time. They're like 28, lucky. 26, like calm your farm. You're not old. And so then we started on the mojitos. With Mexican and mojito night. And I was making jugs of mojitos.
Oh my God.
And yeah, I just got really, really drunk.
That's great.
It was so fun. Then we played What Do You Meme? Oh my God, that game is hilarious. And it's really awkward when your dad's like, so my dad didn't quite get it. Oh. Like he gets memes, but he doesn't get meme. So you know when you get like, you have the meme and then obviously you're picking the most like inappropriate caption to go with it. Yeah. And that's what makes it funny. Yeah. Like we all know that. We've seen meme pages. But my dad would put out what he thinks is like the best meme to suit.
Oh yeah. Not to make it funny.
Not ironically.
Yeah.
And then he'd be like, oh, I'm going to win. Everyone laughed. And we all laughed because it was funny and we knew it was his straight away. So then we would pick another one. But it weren't funny in like an ironic meme way. It was like funny in a dad oh, look at that picture of a man with a chicken, like, way. And the caption he had something to do with a chicken. And I was like, yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Yep. And he's like, oh, I got ripped. And then it just came down to my stepmom and my brother's girlfriend. So he did a tiebreaker, and Lachlan, we all voted on which was the best one, and one of the answers was like super dirty. And Lachlan's like, please don't be like my mother, please don't be my mother, please don't be my mother. And we were like, that one wins, and she's like, it's me. And he's like, oh my god, he's talking about gangbangs. And it was just funny because we were all drunk, except for my dad, who wasn't drunk, and he was annoyed he didn't win. But nah, it was good. It was
should have drank more.
Yeah, well, then I had to get on the plane and fly home.
Oh, no thanks.
Oh.
And then drive?
Nah, Cam picked me up.
Oh,
Cam and
good.
Amelia picked me up from the airport.
That's nice.
Amelia wanted to make a sign that said, welcome home from prison, Mum. But Jojo said, that's not funny. She'll be really upset if you do that. And
Would you?
No. I thought it would be like heaps funny. She's like, I told Jojo we have to make this sign that said, like, welcome home from prison, Mum. Like, glad to have you home or something. And I was like, why didn't you? She's like, because Jojo said it wouldn't be funny.
Oh, it would have been really fucking funny. Well, I'm picking up my brother from the airport tomorrow. He's coming from Perth. Well, I was just going to make a sign that says Uncle Josh because he hasn't met Ollie yet.
Oh.
But that's not that funny.
Nice. So you need to, like, say welcome back from
Prison.
Sorry I got you deported in the first place. He's a police officer as well.
He
isn't
is, yeah.
Yeah, my brother got he got put into Northbridge. So my brother's like you know, the most lucky person in the world. And I was like, how was your first week on the job?
Oh God, what?
And he sends me this Snapchat that says,
Is this the same brother that always nearly dies?
yeah.
Yeah.
First shift, one detainee taken to the watch house, one minor crash through a stop sign, and one big old crashed car flipped on its side with an elderly lady. I was like, oh, and then for the rest of the week he was like, nah,
Boring.
just homeless people moving them on, because, you know, like in the daytime,
Yeah.
Northbridge is like the nightlife type stuff.
Right.
But there's lots of homeless, and, you know, old Basil Zemplis doesn't like homeless. You get him out of the city, but he won't fix it. You're just going to get him out. You don't want them looking... Basil's like a Italian, rich, not white man. Who, I don't know. He used to host the footy show, and now he's the town mayor, Perth mayor, Lord Mayor. I'm like, get out, you gross old rich thing. If you're not going to fix it, don't condemn it. Like,
Yeah.
fix the homeless problem. Oh, who could be bothered?
Mayor of Bleep.
Mayor of my own home. Well,
Pretty good catch up.
yeah.
Considering I haven't seen you in like 2 or 3
I haven't
weeks.
seen you in ages.
I
Feels
reckon,
like forever.
Yeah, I ran into you in the hospital and that was it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we'll take a month off, and we'll be back at the start of October.
Keep listening.
Keep listening.
We got some we've had a lot of fun this season.
Yeah, it's been a big season.
Yeah.
We've done lots of things, and
I feel like we just decide that after we have a break, it's a new season.
well, I feel like
But I think
it's fun.
yeah. Doesn't
We
matter
haven't
when our
taken a
birthday
break
is.
this year.
No, not. I mean Christmas. Did
Oh
we
yeah,
have-
but this year we haven't
Yeah.
taken a break.
Yeah.
Since we've come back.
So
We've
this will be
literally
our,
smashed it out.
Yeah, well, normally, I mean, last year we had like February off or something, didn't we?
We had June, I reckon, because I had a meltdown and you had a baby.
Yeah,
So
actually, yeah. Yeah.
I had a massive menti bee and was like, see us, we're out of here for a while. I need to fix myself.
And now you're having another one.
No, now I feel like I literally was like on the
Teetering,
edge. I
yes.
was on the edge of a menti bee. Then I got the antidepressants in, and then I got staff, and then I got annual leave.
Yeah, I feel
so
like
now I'm like,
I sent you a message
I'm on
like,
the
I'm
edge.
worried about you.
yeah,
Yeah. Like, I could tell you were on the edge.
everyone was worried about me.
I'm like, is Kelly just going to quit her life and leave?
Yeah.
I was scared.
I was so tempted, but anyway, now it's all on the up.
Meant to be avoided.
Yeah, for now. And then when I get home from my holidays, I'll be able to put my Christmas decorations up because it'll be the start of October. Like, I'll be pushing it because I like to do it in September.
Oh, cross.
But I'll push it to October to after my holidays.
I'm excited. So we're going to have a month off and we're going to do... I'm going to do a bit of planning in that time and
Yeah,
might come back with the Nurses Who Kill.
Yeah, I reckon that's how we should start it off, with a bang.
Yeah, definitely.
Nurses or maybe even a Doctors Who kill. Probably nurses.
Yeah, nurses are better.
And then, nurses are better. Except for Dr. Sarah, she was fun.
No, I just mean the nurses who kill.
Oh.
Anyway.
They're better. Nurses who kill are better.
Yeah.
And then,
it's going to be a fun end to the year. I'm excited.
It will be a fun end to the year.
Follow us on Instagram at 2 Humorous Nurses Podcast, or send us your stories.
Yeah, buy us a coffee.
Buy me a coffee.
Buy me a coffee.
Check out our link tree.
Yeah, it's all in the link tree.
Look at our website that I made in my spare time.
Send us a message saying hi through it. Makes us feel special.
Yeah, do that. I mean, hi is not really that special.
So hello, you're special. Special kind of special. Okay, bye.